Now let's take a look at local and global variables. A local variable is only visible within its own scope, whereas a global variable is available globally, that is, from any script that you might run during that max session. So let me open up this macro here. So here you see the keyword local, which makes this variable a local variable. And here you see the keyword global, which makes this variable a global variable. Here we have an onExecute. This determines what will happen when this button is pushed. This line, var1 equals not var1, toggles this var1. In other words, if it's true, it becomes false. If it's false, it becomes true. And then this is just a printout to see where things stand. If var1 is true, we'll print it's true. If it's not, then we'll print var1 is false. And the same thing for var2. So let's give that a try. I'll just clear this first with Control D. So var1 was created true, but then when I clicked the button, it toggled. So it became false. Now I'll just click that button again. Now var1 became true. Now it's false. So that's what this script does. Now we'll go to this script. This simply prints var1 and var2. So the whole purpose of this script is just to test, will I be able to see these variables from a different script? So I'll just get out of that for now and click this button. I got undefined and false. So what this is telling me is that var1, because it's a local variable, is not accessible from this other script. But var2, because it's global, is accessible from this other script. Global variables will persist as long as you're in max. They won't be destroyed until you exit max. Local variables generally persist only as long as the scope that they're in. However, there is one exception, namely a local variable like this, which is at the top level of a script. The scope that this is in is the script itself. But this actually will persist even if I close this toolbar, for example. So just let me get out of everything here. And I'll right-click right over here to the left. I'll float that, and I'll close it. Now I'm going to hit F11. Get rid of all this. var1, still undefined. var2, still false. Now I'm going to come back in here, unhide my scope toolbar, and run macro 12. var1 is true, which would not have been the case if it had started all over again, because var1 always comes up false the first time you press this button. But in this case, it remembered the state of that var1. So this can be referred to as a private global because it persists throughout the max session, but it's only accessible from its own scope. And this concept of the private global is discussed in the help file under Scope of Variables. And if you want to check out the discrete help forum on January 7th, 2006, in the Max Script section, there's some good discussion of this as well.